Back on Inside Politics, our guest today is Heidi Campbell. She's a state senator from here in Nashville, also the Democratic candidate for the 5th District here in Congress. Senator, you did get enough money in the campaign to run 2 or 3 TV ads. I'm not sure people thought you'd get enough money to do that because it's a pretty expensive proposition. When you're a candidate and you get out on the field, you work very hard and you think you're connecting with the voters. But did you find a difference when you're actually on television? And for that matter, the online presence makes that too. When you talk to voters after you've done those things, and particularly you're on TV, does it make you more real to them? Does it build more excitement than you saw before where you're, okay, just somebody else asking my vote? Yeah,
I mean, TV, as you know, is incredibly powerful. And certainly we did see that our name ID and awareness widen when we did that.
Now, do you find voters in Davidson County in particular who don't know what congressional districts are in? We're now divided up into 3 districts. We've never been divided into more than 1 district. So are people just still confused even before they go to the polls as to where the heck they're supposed to vote?
I mean, I think the recent issues with people voting in the wrong districts would tell us that that is the case, that people are not.
Yeah, it's interesting. It appears not just are voters confused, but election officials are confused. The Associated Press first reported the story that it appeared at that point there was around 190 early voters had been given the wrong ballots. First they said it was only in the 6th and 7th district. Now we found out it is in the 5th district, and we found out it's impacted it's about over 200 voters now that haven't done it, and we found out that this is much larger than they ever thought it was going to be, because it also apparently was the wrong districts were used in the August primary as well.
Right.
Are you satisfied with the explanation that this has been fixed? Are you asking the Election Commission to look particularly at the 5th District to make sure you're not getting shortchanged and voters aren't losing their right to vote for who they want to?
We obviously need an audit, and maybe the idea of drawing these lines in such a bizarre and illogical way was the problem.
Now, what's the number that you're hearing from election officials who were impacted in the 5th District? People who got the wrong ballot?
So I have heard 133. People
out of the over 200, at least 133 got there.
Yeah.
That would be grounds, if the race is close, to do a challenge. That's not a whole lot of votes necessarily, even though the votes in the congressional race won't be as large as, say, the governor's race.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm not sure that's the number, because I've heard different numbers from different people. And so I think we obviously need to figure out what the number is, and then we need to figure out specifically who those people were and make sure that we're transparent about that.
Democratic candidates from this area are quite upset about all that. They're demanding that the Davidson County Registrar Jeff Roberts resign. Would you like to see him do that? Would you like to see the Election Commission, at least the Republican members on that commission, perhaps replaced?
This is so recent that I think we need to really take some time to think about it and not react immediately, which is complicated because we're headed into the election next week. So I think we need to figure out exactly what happened and exactly how we can address it.
Is this an indication that the Republicans in the legislature, when they redrew this, looked in every nook and cranny to try to find places to get votes? I was told, in fact, Jeff Roberts is quoted as saying that they divided up large apartment complexes into different districts, and I'm sure that would be confusing for the people who live in that district.
Right.
If you live on this part of the apartment complex, you're in this district, but you live in a completely different district if you're on the other side.
Absolutely, and gerrymandering is not something that just the Republicans are guilty of. Democrats did that, certainly. Both parties have done that, but we need to stop doing that because it's not logical. And all of these districts meet at a Krispy Kreme Donuts on Thompson Lane. It's just crazy. It doesn't make any sense. Odessa Kelly's district she's running for goes from the border of Kentucky to the border of Alabama and then out into coal country.
I'm also told that if you go the roundabout on Murphy Road, out there near McCabe's Pub and near Martin's Barbecue, depending on what part of the roundabout it is, you could be in 3 different districts.
Right.
In one of your TV ads, you said you're willing to get results and reach out to both sides of the aisle to get things done. What is one issue you might try to work with Republican leaders on? And does that include Republican leaders such as Marjorie Taylor Greene? Would that include Jim Jordan or Kevin McCarthy? They don't seem to be on the same side with you on almost any issue I know of.
The great thing about that is that I've been doing that very thing in the state legislature for the past 2 years and have worked with people who are predisposed similarly and gotten things done. And yes, absolutely, I am willing to work with them. And infrastructure is one issue that I think we all agree on. But the truth of the matter is that those crazy issues issues that we focus on are such a small percentage of the things that need to get done in government. So, so hopefully we'll be able to tone down some of the rhetoric and get some work done.
Perhaps one thing that will help you if you go to Washington is that you've been in a distinct minority when you've been in the state Senate. I mean, the Democrats don't even have, if they didn't show up, they could still meet. That you wouldn't stop them from having a quorum to do what they wanted to do. It won't be, if you get to Washington, it's probably the minority. You're not going to be in that kind of minority, but you know, when you're a freshman congressman, you're just trying to find out where the bathroom is, how you vote,
right.
and where's my office. So
it's so great that
what do you think you can do?
It's so great that you're saying that, because I listened to the primary opponents of the Republican Party with, you know, such big ideas. I'm going to impeach Biden. I'm going to abolish the Fed. You know, the unmitigated power of the 5th District. And you are so right. That is absolutely the case. When you go to Washington as a freshman, you hope you get on a good committee. So I am lucky to have forged my political career in steps that have been fortifying every step of the way. When I was a mayor, my meetings were like Williamson County School Board meetings every day, and that was a great training for the Senate. And in the Senate, I've had the opportunity to work with colleagues who see things very differently than I do, and absolutely love all of them as people. And I think that's what we need. We need civility and respect, and that's the place to start.
Senator Campbell, again, thank you so much for being with us, particularly given what you're facing right now with your husband and your family. Our prayers are with you, and certainly all the positive thoughts, and then good luck to you on Tuesday night.
I will take that luck. Thank you so much.
And thank you for joining us on Sun Politics this week. Hope you'll be back here again for a future show. By the way, don't forget about our coverage on the Plus channel from 7 to 9 on Tuesday night for the election. We'll be doing cut-ins as well on the main channel. Hope you'll be able to see that. Again, if you can't get the politics before that, you can go to the News Channel 5 website. You'll find my Capitol View commentary there. This new commentary posted every Friday afternoon. That'll be true this day as well. The final look at one more time at this election before the vote. Again, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you back here next time. Goodbye.